4th of August. Fantastic day to start the week. Sun, semi-sextile Jupiter. Sun, essence of you, Jupiter. Benefic, joyous, positive, optimistic. Wants to play, doesn't do stress. It's the kind of start to the week that we all want, right? Should be uncomplicated, straightforward. You should kind of bounce out of bed, Tigger-esque wise. Even though it's a Monday, it's just positive energy. So if you wake up as the grumpiest soul that ever lived, get in a cold shower, get this straight, because you're not going to join the rest of us. You're on your own miserable path on Monday. You got to go down that path, which is positive, not that one, which is negative. Uncomplicated, joyous start to the week. Be happy, be positive. If you're a grumpy motherfucker, can stay indoors. We don't want to play with you. Hey, thank you so much for following and for subscribing. As always, I am eternally grateful. I'd also like to thank everyone who's booking up for Voewood, the retreat that is taking place, arriving on the 25th of September in the beautiful Voewood. 3 days of learning everything there is to learn about astrology, but the shortcuts. So effectively you leave kind of like burgeoning astrologer, which is my end, I suppose my intention, for a bunch of you to arrive knowing little or nothing or enough about astrology and leaving thinking, I could actually be an astrologer. This is the plan, right? So a number of you have already signed up. Thank you for that. I should mention also, I think it could be a bit of a riot for some of you, because we have a dormitory. It's a super cool dormitory at Voewood House because it's just the most beautiful place. But it's a dormitory, I think it's of 8 places. And so if there's a gang of you, like 8 girls who just think, do you know what? This would be, so you want to have a riot, just have a great time with the most wonderful food and just company, and obviously learning everything there is to know about my journey and me imparting my knowledge to you. You could also have just a great time, just a bunch of you, like a girls' weekend away, but actually at the end of it, not having drunk and eaten too much, but you come away from it wholly enlightened. Right, so it's like it's the coolest dormitory. It's got 8 beds. And yeah, I'm sure there's probably 6, 7 or 8 of you thinking, that could be amazing. And I think it would just bring an amazing energy to the whole weekend. I think it could be amazing. So if you are part of a gang and you fancy it, I think, as far as I'm aware, I'm saying this, I mean, may have already gone, I don't know. But anyway, for everyone that's already coming, can't wait to see you. And for anyone else that wants to come, just go to www.voewood.com. So it's Voewood, VOEWOOD.com. Just go there. All the details are on there for an astrological retreat where I teach you everything you need to know about astrology. Chinese, Western, numerology, cartography. A riotous enlightenment, potentially. Tuesday, 5th of August. On this day, I will be up in London with a beautiful girl called Poppy and another beautiful girl called Molly, because we're going to be doing something super cool, super positive, which is going to have a wonderful outcome and is going to benefit one and all. We're just sort of starting off. And that's why we're doing it on August 5th, because I utilize my knowledge a little bit. Mercury, semi-sextile Venus. This is rock and roll. Those 3 planets, those 3 little combinations, semi-sextile, optimistic, happy, positive, lucky, Venus, love and money, but primarily money here, and the benefic essence of, because it's connected to Mercury, which is all things communication, all things networking, all things kind of business and contractual and magical stuff. So when you kind of combine Mercury and Venus, it's more business, contractual, liaisons, working as a team for the benefit of everyone, but also from a kind of fiscal perspective. So it has really, really positive business-esque and personal energy. It's a collective networking, wondrous kind of day. So if you're trying to nail some kind of gig or initiate something, or, I mean, by the way, you'll all sort of say, yeah, but Mercury's retrograde. Yes, first 4 days, dangerous. I didn't pen in this meeting in the first 4 days of a Mercury retrograde. That would be idiotic. I didn't do that. Waited until the nonsense had calmed down. So Mercury, here on in, is like, it's less impactful, but it's not destructive. That's the point. So this is a great day for all team networking, working together, creating something magical, creative, inspirational that has future, fiscal, benefic undertones. Great Tuesday, great Monday, great Tuesday. So there I am, going, yes, Monday, Tuesday, great start, magical, all good, rock and roll. Wednesday comes along, planet's taking a day off. Who's in charge? Capricorn. Capricorn moon. And we all know that Capricorn moon is one miserable, don't like it. The moon and Capricorn sit opposite each other, and there's a reason for that. The moon is wonderfully emotive. It fluctuates crazily. Capricorn, consistent. Did someone say emotion? Run! It's that. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. So, this is the moon, by the way, not Capricorn sun. I mean, the Capricorn sun male is so fearful of emotion. It's a sitcom. It's a walking, talking, perennial sitcom. Male Capricorns and emotion. But it's an unhappy moon, and the irony of Capricorn moon is it's actually opposite two fantastic planets, Venus and Jupiter, but because it's typical Capricorn, it sits opposite. So even those benefic planets are not going to benefit us today. It's a grumpy moon, it's a miserable moon, and it will absolutely hammer anyone who goes emotional today. The Capricorn moon is like, you stay stable, you stay consistent. If you get emotional, Capricorn moon, because I'm the boss and in charge today, they've taken a day off, will make your life shite, right? End of story. So when you just don't mess with Capricorn on any level, whether it's the sun, the moon, Saturn, Kronos, Karma, it's all the same thing. You've got to keep it on the right side. So although it's being a cantankerous, miserable asshole, to be quite frank, and it sits opposite Venus and Jupiter, which sums it up, you still got to keep them on side. Stay in control of your emotions whenever a Capricorn moon is present. End of story. August 7th. This is an interesting one. Mars enters Libra. Right. What does that mean? Well, it's interesting. Libra sits opposite Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars. So this is a position that sits opposite each other. And I always regard this little period as potentially quite volatile or progressive. As in, Libra is ruled by Eris, E-R-I-S, not Venus, not on any level. Because there is a volatility to all Libra men and women, particularly the men, right? And men particularly because it's feminine energy, and it's volatile energy in the shape of a man, right? That's why the men suffer more at the being ruled by Eris. Now, point 2 is, when Mars moves into Aries, it is actually giving more potency to what is a potential volatile placement. But at the same time, it's so energized that you can utilize it. It's very, very simple during this period. Mars is like cycles of roughly 3 weeks or so. So, but it's the beginning and the end, and I'll let you know near the end. It's just these first 4 days, right? So this is Thursday, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's always at the beginning of these cycles. So don't worry about the rest of it. You've got to be careful those 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You really don't want to go volatile at all. I just don't. I'm staying quite calm when I say this. You just don't want to go there. I want you to sort of buy into my calm here. Don't go volatile Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because Mars moving into Libra will really exacerbate all forms of volatility. And if you remain out of control of your emotions, if you find yourself going head to head, finding yourself in volatile situations, it will become literally a fusion of a car crash and a fucking shit show. Don't go there. Just don't go there. For 4 days. That. Absolutely that. Friday the 8th. Let me tell you a story about my girl BB, right? Because it sums up the energy of today. BB was 18, left home and had enough, jumped on a plane, went to South America. On the plane down in South America, met some random guy. They landed in South America and he's like, come, I live here, come, let me show you around my place. So I have no idea what they got up to on day one, but I have a good idea. Anyway, she ended up living there, living with this guy for 3 to 6 months. And I'm like, BB, this is the most reckless thing you've ever, I probably would have never have met you if that had gone like that way instead of that way. She went, oh, get over yourself. I had the greatest time. It was wild. I loved it. It was one of my favorite experiences in my entire life. And I thought, okay, good on you, girl. And this is the energy that we have today. Mars trine Uranus. When you have Mars, it's like wild and reckless and crazy and energized and wonderful. And then it's a trine, which is truly magical and positive and optimistic. And it's Uranus, completely unexpected outcomes. But because it's a trine, it should be ultimately positive. And that's exactly what happened to BB. I'm convinced that when she went down there, it was Mars trine Uranus, because she defines that journey, and that experience defines Mars trine Uranus. So we are talking Friday the 8th. So this is one of those nights, if you sat there going, I don't know whether to go out and just tear it up or have a shepherd's pie. Oh well, fuck the shepherd's pie. Jesus Christ, get out! 6 p.m. I'll have a cocktail, but I'll have 3 of them. But you're on your own. Yes, they're all for me. That mindset. This day could go anywhere. It's Friday night, it's rock and roll, it's energized, it's positive, it's day before a full moon, so it's seriously fueled. But it's a trine, and it's Uranus, and it's unexpected madness and wildness and potential excitement. But speaking as a daddy, I would always say, but be sensible and be good and don't be too reckless. It's just what happens when you have a daughter. But this is a wild Saturday, wild Friday, Friday the 8th. It could end up, you could basically replicate BB's journey down to South America, when she was 18. And apparently she had a bloody good time. This is the kind of date that should have been put in the diary at the beginning of the year, as in, be very, very careful. This is insane, this day. Full moon in Aquarius. Bam! That's potent and powerful. The moon is happy in Aquarius, right? And it gives you sort of like emotional enlightenment. But, on this particular day, it sits alongside Mars opposite Saturn and Neptune. Unbelievably volatile. I mean, it doesn't get more volatile. I mean, that is basically, that's the Houses of Parliament. And Guy Fawkes times a gazillion. It's insanely potent. Mad. So you got this unbelievably powerful moon, but it's not the moon that's going to kind of kick off. It's Mars opposite Saturn and Neptune. When those 3 bad boys get together, they would say, the 3 planets would say, no, we're just going to have a good time. They'll have a good time making our life insane. I literally, it's indescribable carnage is the potential outcome of Saturday, the 9th of August. So you must tread warily. It's really this. I'm going to distill it right down. If you're in a situation, or you're trying to, any situation in any area of life, mental, spiritual, physical, emotional, any environment, situation you find yourself in, the very first nanosecond you think, this isn't working, I feel uncomfortable, this is not right, it just feels wrong, get the fuck out of there. Because that Mars opposite Saturn and Neptune is gonna take it down the wrong freaking road. So common sense needs to be applied. And well, I think common sense and that gut intuitive feeling today. If something feels off today, August the 9th, and it's that immediate, it's that gut feeling, it's like, poof, wow, feel is the theme of the day, right? Because if a day's going to go horribly awry this year, Saturday, 9th of August is that day. Because Mars opposite Saturn and Neptune does not happen every day of the week. That's a rare little gig. And so what we have is a lovely day this Sunday. Sun quincunx, the North Node of Destiny. So it's Sun 150 degrees apart from the North Node. Extremely positive little aspect, and truly destiny-esque. So it's very, very simple when you have Sun, quincunx, and North Node. Anything that happens today that has a real destiny-esque feel to it, it's kind of kismet, synchronicity, coincidence, all these kind of things. It's not coincidence when the Sun is quincunx, the North Node. It's kismet, it's meant to be. It's a kind of synchronicity, it's life, it's the universe going, this was meant to happen. So if anything happens today and you have time to step back and think, that was so random. What a coincidence, you would say to your neighbor. No, that was meant to happen. So on Sunday, anything that just seems beyond random isn't. It was meant to be. Make a note of what it was, who it was, how it occurred. Dig deep, because the universe is sending us a message, or you down here. That's part one. Part two is Mars trine Pluto. It's safe to say, Aries, that you are in the mix most of this week. If you're in Aries this week, with Mars moving into Libra, so if you're in Aries from Wednesday onwards, right, hold on. Because there's a whole lot of shitload of massive Mars energy happening for the rest of the week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So literally, if you're in Aries and you've ever been in a roller coaster and you were truly terrified and thinking, I'm not even too sure I'm going to come out the other side of this. Welcome to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Because you're on one hell of a roller coaster. Well, actually it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, primarily. So Aries, it's not a red flag. It's just like, hold on for those 3 days. It's insane. So we also have today Mars trine Pluto. Yet again, Mars is in play on this Sunday, but it's karma energy for Mars. Basically, this is really cool energy. Pluto is now on side, it's working for us, and he wants to help us rebuild. And it's trine, which is positive, and it's Mars, which is energy. So if you want to rebuild, reconstruct, reconfigure any area of your life, right, and you need the energy to do it, mental, physical, emotional, or spiritual, here is your day. Pluto is saying, come on, let's rebuild. Mars is going, well, I got the energy. Let's work as one. Let's do it. So it's that, right? It's a productive, progressive, rebuilding Sunday. It doesn't matter whether it's like emotional, physical, tangible, the garden shed that's been splayed in the back garden for 10 years. And, you have been saying to your husband, if you don't build that fucking shed today, we're done, right? That's a very basic level. On another level, it's like, I am so emotionally flawed and I want to be emotionally strong. I'm going to rebuild myself this day forth. It's either end of the spectrums. Done. That was this week. Thank you. I hope you survived. As always, I want to bless you all. It is a Sunday after all. Look at me, the wannabe poet. For now, take care.